What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes. Welcome back. Episode number 14 of Ye Old Path to Power. I want to say massive thanks to all of you guys for the support yesterday. We actually had 2,000 likes for the first time, and gosh, I can't even remember the last time we hit that. So you get the golf clap. I just wanted to quickly say thank you. So thank you. But today we're moving on. We're going to be doing some divisions. It is Team of the Week day. We did pack Embolo. He is not great in game. He's not bad. Now, maybe I should be using him as right mid, but I brought him on as a sub as a striker, and I was just less than impressed. So I'm just checking his price right now when I first got on, and this is when he was pretty high up there. Also today, we're going to be joined by MattHDGamer, talking a little FIFA 17 tactics, formations, team of the week, ones to watch, just some fun little things. We've got a segment with him later on, so really quick, I want to say thank you to Matt as well for jumping on the podcast. I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know if you enjoy having a little guest kind of segment, adding to our podcast style on here. Going to go ahead and switch from the 4-2-3-1 formation that we've been rolling with. I have been playing with this 4-3-3, the second variation on my main account, pretty frequently lately and been having some serious success with it. So I decided I wanted to try to adapt this team to Path to Power. Or not adapt the team so much as adapt the formation to this squad. And it works pretty well because Verratti, whose price is just going to skyrocket, he got a Team of the Week this week, and his regular gold card is going to be up. By the time his regular gold card gets back in packs, we'll have made a tidy profit on him. So basically, I'm kind of holding these players right now. I'm most likely going to sell Embolo. I'm up in the air about Vidal because I think Vidal is just a super dominant midfielder, and I'm inclined to try to figure out a way to fit him into a squad. When you have, for a midfielder that costs that much, there's cheaper versions of Vidal. Nainggolan from Roma, I think, is pretty much as close as you can get for less coins, and even still, he's really quite expensive, but he's a great player. And kind of bombs around the midfield, gets forward well enough, kind of in a similar fashion. So there's something to think about. I think Serie A teams are really good this year in general. It's not a league that I've ever really stuck to at the start of Path to Power. Usually you see, I'll start with a League One or a La Liga side, a Bundesliga side, something like that, and then I pop Serie A quickly, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. This isn't for me. But this year, there seems to be enough variety. The defenders are fantastic and very reasonably priced players that I think it's just a good year. We come up against yet another Serie A squad. He's using the Quadraminator. It's been so long since I've gotten to say that. The Quadraminator. He doesn't have his players as a right wing and left wing, though, for Insigne and Cuadrado, so he's losing a little bit of chemistry right there, which is okay. He's not losing a ton, and we managed to take it away right there. Lulic doing what he does best. The custom tactics, though, I feel like I should maybe, I don't know, I'm forced to play like a little bit quicker. I think I enjoy the 4-2-3-1 more because it's a little bit more of a congested midfield, but there are just more passing options. Not to say this isn't a great passing goal, because I think it really is. Look at Berardi bursting in at the back post. Absolutely ruins. That's Alexandro on the back post, and you'd like to think that an 84 rated left back would be more inclined to cover that run. Alexandro was just most definitely not. So I don't know if it's a triple tap cross to the back post being good, Berardi being good, Sandro being bad. I'll leave that to you guys to kind of be the final judge and jury on which of the two, because I actually think I packed Alexander and I played a few games and I think he's pretty good. That was a pretty laggy game though, so I was not surprised when the game just randomly quit out, and for a second I thought, oh no, our second disconnect loss. Please don't do this to me, FIFA. And it hadn't, because the guy had disconnected himself. His connection was not great. So generally with the 4-3-3-2, I like a CDM that buzzes around the pitch. I've talked about Conte a bunch of times before, and I think having a player like that really helps this formation, because there's just a lot of ground to cover as a CDM in here. As a solo CDM, I just think there's a lot of ground to cover, so I think it's important to prioritize quickness over strength, at least for me right now. Now, that's not to say that it's always going to be that way, because as you guys know, I tell you what I'm thinking about at the moment, at the day, as it's happening, but my opinions do change. I am human. I'll get super hypey about different formations in the future, I'm sure, and then less hypey about some of the ones that I like right now. But this is what's working for me. A different style of player might be something that I get excited about in the future as well, and that'll, hopefully, I'm sure it'll happen. It'll be fun to see. We do use Jinvico as a CM. I would just not recommend that as well. This is not his best spot. Getting him further forward, I think as a cam, he's great. As a CM, he is lacking a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and just keep it rolling and jump into the segment with Matt. All right, so we have our first guest ever on Path to Power. It is MattHDGamer, my transfer deadline day buddy. Also my adventure buddy trying to find the Crystal Palace Stadium.
Those are the days.
How's it going? Yeah, that's once upon a different time. Story for another day. How are you doing, Matt?
We're very, very good. Busy on FIFA, but good, man.
Yeah, what do you think of 17 this year? We'll start with the basics.
I'm actually so blown away by how fun this game is. Like, I thought it was going to be a good year with all the new modes and everything, but the gameplay it's so fun, and I'm still like, I'm smiling playing FIFA. I haven't done that for like 4 years, so it's generally so fun right now.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it was like FIFA 13 or 14. Well, maybe 14 was like the last one that I felt really good about. But I think you feel it's a pretty balanced game this year.
Yeah, I think you get rewarded for like practicing a lot of the game, and especially when you're defending, there's so much more skill involved, and it really does reward you for like putting in the work and putting in the hours every day to get better at the game. It's so much better than 16. I can't even compare them both.
Yeah, I agree. And with all the competitive gaming stuff that EA is trying to put out this year, or is putting out this year, I think there was a chance that we were all a little bit nervous, like, oh no, what if the game's like not super balanced and overpowered? Because there have been years in the past where certain things were just broken, and
they couldn't have done FUT Champions, for example, last year or 15. There was just too many goalkeeper mistakes, too many defensive errors, which you couldn't really control. Whereas in this game, you actually have control of your players. Like, and if you switch players, it actually switches the player in the game. So there's so much going right with it. I'm just dreading if they patch it, because we all know the history with patching FIFA. It's not that great.
The first patch is always terrifying, isn't it? It's like, oh gosh, what do they have in store? But you mentioned FUT Champions. Have you qualified? Are you ready to go for the weekend?
Yeah, I qualified first time actually. I did qualify I think I qualified at like the capture event somehow, but then I did it again obviously this week for the proper thing. So yeah, I've done it now first time, which was quite thankful. I was actually quite nervous for that. Have you?
Yeah, I have. What sort of squad are you using for that?
I think I'm using Del Piero. This is crazy. 4-5-1 formation. Okay. Del Piero striker. He's ridiculous. 5-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves. He's just so clinical. And then I think I've got someone who's Draxler behind Del Piero, and actually I've got one to watch Sane in a 4-5-1 behind Del Piero, even though he's right mid. He really works. And Purple Sterling on the right.
That is a pretty unique squad.
I know, no one's really tried Sane. Cam, I thought I'd try him, and he's just so good. And Sterling always overlaps Sane, so you're going to get the best out of both of them.
Yeah, and they're pretty pacey, aren't they?
Oh yeah, 90 plus. I know. But then Drax on the left is so good.
Are you using any custom instructions or custom tactics? Have you played around with that at all?
Yeah. I think I'm using 90 speed, 80 passing. I did try out. What's that?
I said, whoa, that's fast. That's really quick transition.
Thing is, I'm basing it as a big Liverpool fan. I'm loving how we're playing in real life. So I'm basing it on Liverpool style, and it really works in FIFA. I didn't think it would.
That's awesome. That makes me so happy, because I've been telling people what you need to do for your custom tactics is pick your favorite team to watch play, or the team that you think you play most like. Head over onto head-to-head and just copy their custom tactics as a place to start.
That's really I've done pretty much the same thing as you, man, as on Ultimate Team there. I've even got Jurgen Klopp as my manager.
Of course.
Why not?
I've got, I
Yeah.
mean, I have Pep as my manager with Barca's tactics. So,
Oh my God.
there are just some things.
I
So,
know.
the new
It's
team of
on
the
the
week,
go now.
the new team of the week has just been
Yeah.
released. And there are 2 ones to watch players in there, or 3. You've got
Three.
Higuain,
Yeah. Three.
Giuliano, and Embolo. Have you picked up any of the ones to watch?
Yes, I did yesterday. And Bolo, I think 2 days ago though I think he was like 50K 2 days ago. His one to watch card. I actually picked him up for I think about 80K.
Okay.
Now he's selling for 190. So it's
Wow.
it's honestly massive. If you see someone score like at least 2 goals in a game and they've got one to watch card, just maybe buy them. Same with the defender. Like honestly, the investments are crazy. I think he also bought, is it Giuliano? I
Giuliano,
think he scored.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he scored 6 goals in 7 games, and I picked him up for 50K, like at a pop for both of them, and he's now sold 400K each. So yeah, I've made like 250K profit from like 3 one to watch cards overall.
That's awesome. Yeah,
It's crazy.
we talked about Giuliano yesterday. I picked him up for 30K myself. How the reports coming out of Russia, all that we hear are that he's more dominant than Hulk was at Zenit, and
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
that's saying something. So that's pretty impressive. I actually just packed Embolo in Path
Oh
to
really?
Power
Oh my
yesterday
God.
in a draft pack. So I'm feeling
Wow.
really, really good about that
Have you
one.
got every one to watch card, or are you gonna
No,
buy some of
I
them?
haven't. So I actually, the question is, how worth it do you think they are? Because realistically, if you were to say, okay, what would Embolo's most valuable inform ever be? Right? How much would you pay for him? Like, how many do you think he's going to
So
get?
I think right now is the most maybe profit you can make from Mbola, because think
Definitely.
about it. 2 days ago he was 40,000, 50,000 coins on the market. Then he changed position with his inform. So
Right.
going from a right mid to a striker, and he's got 4-star skills and weak foot. I think right now is the best time for him to make profit on. But I think I don't know. It's weird. The market right now is hard to predict, but there's so much profit to be made on these one to watch cards. It's actually a bit crazy. They're so useful.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, and think that if you're smart, like if you get ahead of them, it's just crazy. What's going to be interesting is when Embolo's one to watch goes away, and then
I
it's
know.
just his
Yeah.
because his actual inform is a striker inform. You can go and it shows up on Foothead right now as a striker inform. So
Yeah, yeah.
that striker will only be in packs for a few days, and it'll be or interesting to see what that one goes for price wise. But as like a trading tactic for you guys now, the gold cards of any of the high value informs, so like Verratti, Lloris, Manolas, all players like that, there's now a limited supply of gold cards out there, and they're going to go up in price while their cards are in team of the week. So
I feel like trading is back and it's better than ever before. Like it feels so good right now. You're making so many coins by investing in players. It's so fun.
yeah, I totally agree. I haven't done too much trading just because like the gameplay has been so good. I haven't wanted to put it
I know.
down.
I've been doing loads of drafts and divisions. It's so fun. Like I think it's hampering making different, like more videos, just because I'm enjoying the game so much. Want to get better at it. So yeah, it's the gameplay is so fun.
Yeah, that's great. So we'll finish it off. Any player that you would kind of like almost a hidden gem, but a player you've been using a lot. You mentioned Sane as like an attacking mid is a great player, but one you could recommend that people kind of pick up, try out.
Yeah, a cheap player.
Semi cheap.
Um, I've been using, is it Adriano, the striker from Brazil?
Okay.
Although the only downside to him is that he isn't that great for formations, as there's not many formations he can go in. But Adriano, the striker from, I think he's from FC Seoul in South Korea,
Yeah.
he's really good. Really impressed by him.
Interesting. Okay, so another player to watch. Well, that is where
Yeah.
we'll cut it here. Matt, I want to say thank you very much for tuning in. I'll leave a link to your channel down below,
Thank you.
and hopefully we can get you back on for another little rundown at some point.
Awesome, defo.
All right, thanks, Matt.
Cheers.
So again, that was MattHDGamer. Thanks to him. You guys will have to let me know in the comment section down below if you guys enjoy it. I think you will, because I really, really enjoy doing that. And who you might like to see me chatting with in the future. They could be a big YouTuber, a small YouTuber, not even a YouTuber, just like a good pro player. I don't know. I can try to get my hands on. I can try to get in contact. I talk about getting my hands on cards in Ultimate Team, not on actual people. Lady Japes would not approve. So we're running through the team of the week. We do have the OTW ones to watch: Giuliano, Higuain, and Embolo, who we packed yesterday. I think Giuliano's card looks awesome. I really, really wish that I'd picked him up when he was going for like 25k, because as a 4-2-3-1 as an attacking midfielder, I think he would be fantastic, phenomenal. You name it. Manolis, another player that we have in our squad. Very pleased to see him hit Team of the Week, because that means his regular gold card, similarly to Verratti, is going to go up in price. I was looking at this Lucas Podolski card, and actually I think it's going to be pretty darn good. I'm not overly excited about Diego Costa. While he does have great physical, pretty solid shooting and dribbling, I like my strikers to get closer to 80 pace, just a little bit more. So if he gets another inform, he'll definitely be difficult to deal with. Lloris probably up there in the conversation now, that inform card. Like, that's a huge boost for him already, and now in the conversation for best keeper in the BPL, or in the EPL, as he should be. From my experience using drafts and Premier League keepers, Courtois is like absolutely ridiculous, like totally ridiculous. So I would recommend getting him. He would be my first choice right now. Better than De Gea for me, though I've only used De Gea once and he was on 7 chem, so that could change as well. Bernardo Silva, hope he'll get quite a few informs. I would anticipate a team of the season in his future. I will absolutely go pick up Diogo Jota in the future, because that is a really nice, what will probably be discard value in form. Portuguese strikers are hard to come by, and I would be, he's kind of, I don't know if he's first choice right now, but he's definitely up there, and you can link him with some really fun teams, create some hybrids off of that with, you know, what would be like Renato Sanchez, Ronaldo, Nani, Quaresma, and include him in there. Andre Gomez, and because there are a lot of really nice Portuguese players this year, so definitely one I'll pick up on my main account. Hopefully, maybe Path to Power at some point. He's not a big guy, only 5'8", not that strong either, so I'm not quite sure if he'd fit what we're doing right now, but I will try to get clever and see what happens. So we're heading on into another match. Haven't switched formation. We did make some changes to the squad, as you saw. We picked up Gary Medel as the CDM. We've picked up Ever Banega and Vangioni as the left back. Had to get Jason Murillo again. We could have gone for Miranda. Murillo as a 2-back player, I do not recommend as much. He was fantastic for us in a 3-back. Felt very dominant in that setting. And honestly, I might go back to the 3-5-2. It's really strong this year, or I just think it's strong. I scored a lot more goals with that formation. While I did concede a lot more, I'm okay to get in a shootout from time to time. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like, would you rather get into a game where it's a shootout where you know that you're going to score goals, or would you rather get into kind of a defensive struggle where 1-0 is going to be the final result? And this was a defensive-ish struggle. I kept control of the entire game. I just could not do anything to break down his outside backs, and that's on me and on the formation. El Shaarawy, I mean, I did have some really close chances this game. I really did. I think this is the game that I brought Embolo on as a sub, and I just not that impressed. So we're gonna list him for a buy now of 100K, I think is what I settle on. I don't know if he actually sold for the buy now. I haven't checked since to see what he went for. He probably did, and he probably went for like 80K or something like that. But I'd expect his price to kind of keep dropping. Consider buying him back maybe. I should have sold him as soon as he was released with the informed team of the weeks or whatever, because that would have maximized his price. Balotelli's price continuing to go up, which is nice, so we'll hold on to him for a little bit longer. Give Arturo Vidal a contract, and I think I scouted out his price, and it's just fantastic. So I'm waiting for the team of the week to end, and then I'm going to go ahead and sell on the Belgian Pro League side, and we're going to build a fitness gold side. So if you have recommendations for fantastic cheap fitness teams, leave those in the comment section down below. I think for a fantastic cheap fitness team, you're ideally looking to spend maybe no more than 20,000 coins total for the squad. At least that's the way that I would look at it. Also on the topic of Gary Medel, I picked him because statistically in FIFA, like rating wise, he is as close as you can come to N'Golo Kante, like really close. And he has low-high work rates as well, and he just buzzes around. Now he does have an issue because his passing is suspect. So he is not N'Golo Kante. Nobody is N'Golo Kante on FIFA, and it's a little bit frustrating, a little bit disappointing. He's just such a dominant player. He can make a midfield solo, and there are a few other guys that have been kind of able to do that. I probably could have shot right there, but I'd shot a few times with Verratti in the past, and his finishing is debatable at best. Like, debatable at the very, very best. His shooting stats just not good. So Balotelli goes 5-hole. And 5-hole means between the legs, if you guys aren't familiar with that term. So we'll just make sure of that real quick. Right between the player's legs, a Pena shot. And we end up 1-0 in the 28th minute. This is ridiculous. That was not a good corner. I don't know if it deflected off of his center back or off of his keeper, but it went in. And that is fortunate for me on so many levels, because he just decided, like, that was enough is enough for FIFA, and he just put down his controller. So I think I actually scored one more goal on him, kind of screwing around, trying some different things, shooting from different angles. I figured it was an opportunity for me to learn a few things, but ended up scoring like a silly tap-in off of a rebound because I just couldn't say no. So that's why it ends at 3-0 and not 2-0. He did not pick up his controller to keep playing. And you can see I eventually just like let him have the ball. He had 65% possession. So not good for my season stats. I should have held on to them, as that would have been a nice bit of possession to kind of boost the stats. Anyways, guys, we are coming to a close for this episode. I want to say thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Remember to leave some feedback. Drop a like if you do enjoy it. I want to give Matt a quick shout out again. His channel will be linked in the description down below. But other than that, we'll be back with another episode of Path to Power out tomorrow, prepping for the weekend league. So I hope to see you guys then. My name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.